understand injuries are part of the game, but what's the level of maybe frustration when you get everybody back and then Devin ends up having a big game?
Yeah, that's sucks. You hate that, injuries can get in the way of beautiful basketball, game of basketball, and it's just, like you said, that's a part of it, but it's still tough to take, and, so hopefully, we'll get started by an hour, and we'll see how it feels the next couple of days, and move on from there.
Another thing I had was, I know you talked about with turnovers, that the intentions are good, that's a positive, but to have the turnovers tonight leads to so many points for Indiana, and I see, obviously you had 5, Brad had 3, maybe just take me through that and how that impacted the game.
Yeah, that's the game. 29 points off our turnovers, that's the game. I can't lead the team in turnovers. 5 turnovers, that's just the game. I think we were pretty solid in other areas of the game. 43% shooting. They made 16 threes, but we didn't get out rebounded too crazy on the offensive glass. Pretty even assist numbers. Pretty even fouls. Just the turnovers, that's just the name of the game. This league is too great to get into possessions away like that. And it all starts with me.
Kevin, you've probably been doubled and trapped more than almost anyone in the league at this point. I'm just kind of curious, like, at this stage of your career, are you still learning things when you draw to the ball? Or have you pretty much seen every coverage?
Yeah, I've seen every coverage. It still doesn't mean I'm going to be perfect in every one of those situations. I think you have to get a defense credit for, last few years, a lot of teams have been wait till I dribble once, wait till I dribble twice, and then try to come and double to throw my rhythm off a little bit instead of just on the flight of the ball, come double me, So I think opposing teams understand I'll get my teammates involved, but they also, I still can score the basketball, so they try to throw me off a bit. So it's about being more and more patient. I think that's always been the journey as a player. How patient can I be to limit those mistakes and make my game even more unpredictable.
And you've had quite a few battles with Pascal. Obviously, you played the finals with him, just I guess for a little bit there. But I'm just kind of curious, like, what have you seen from him since he's been with the Pacers and the Tyrese?
Pascal?
Yeah.
He's been solidified himself as a champion back in 19. I think from 19 on forward, he kind of settled into being this all-star player every year. Can give you 25 and 18 every night. He shot 9 for 22, but I felt like he still got some good looks up tonight, and that's going to happen throughout the season. So I just think he stepped into that role of being an all-star, and that confidence was there early on in his career, but playing and being trusted in the finals can take you to different levels as a player, and I think he did that for him.
Kevin, over the last few weeks, you guys have had a couple stretches where to open a quarter or a half, you guys played really well at the start, and then there's just this quick run by the opposition that totally gets them back in the game. What do you think has led to some of those runs and giving them up and not sustaining?
Yeah, just turnovers on possessions, which gives them momentum. Usually it's turnovers. And then, transition D, it's hard to get back in defense when you turn the ball over. So when we usually keep the ball in our hands, we got low turnovers, we play some of our best ball. So once again, I got to be better in that area. I think it's contagious. Even, if I have 5 turnovers, I think my teammates see that, and, like I said, they feed off of how I play out there, so I got to be better.
Is that just some of the modern game too, where like an 11-0 run would take 5-6 minutes 10 years ago, but now it can happen in 2 minutes?
Yeah. That's you hit it right on the nose. That's the name of the game. Sometimes throughout the league, you see teams shoot better from the 3-point than they do from the field, and I think that 3-point shot keeps you in that game always, especially if you got a team that turn the ball over like us. I think they feel like they hit every 3 after we turned it over. So, it's a wild, wild west in the NBA right now, and I think the 3-point line has added a lot of that to it. And if you're on the other side of it, it's horrible when you can get back into the game, knocking down threes, playing fast like that. It's pretty fun.
And with all the injuries that you guys have had, guys just rotating in and out, how difficult has it been just to kind of get a feel for who you guys are, how good you can be?
Yeah, I don't wanna make no excuses for it, it definitely sucks, you know, we wanna have some continuity and build. But you try to look at the bright side of things, these injuries are not long term, they're just some nagging ones that take a week or two for guys to get back. And once we get back together, I feel like we're a solid team, so just keep staying positive, keep, you know, having that next man up mentality, and, we'll see what happens.
You know, teams that have, like this, Indiana has a lot of length and height and front line versatility, like standing out, like besides them, Minnesota, New York, Orlando. Do you feel like this is a recurring trend? You guys have struggled against teams like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the games that we did lose this year has been against teams with length, with athleticism, but when you look at our losses, a lot of it is from 3-point line with the getting up threes and turning the ball over. I think a lot of that stuff is under our control. Yeah, we are playing against some bigger teams, but I think we play bigger than our size too as a group. We got undersized players that can play multiple positions, even down low. But for the most part, I think we've been beating ourselves. I think we'd do a better job of keeping the ball in our hands, boxing out just the small things.
Hayden, last one.
Kevin, you know, your teammates have raved about your leadership all throughout your career, all throughout this season. When it's a time like this, you know, injuries pile up. In your mind, what defines being a good leader in tough situations like these?
Just showing up and being myself. Not try to look at any situation like I'm a savior, or try to come out there and do things I don't do because guys are around. Just try to come in there and approach it the same way I always approached it. Come in and work hard, be there for my teammates however they need it, be there for the